God, yeah, getting through it, but apparently, like, there's fractures in the Trump-Musk coalition now.
Oh yeah, that's been
like,
pretty funny to watch.
Mega does not think he's sufficiently racist enough.
Yeah, because it was about, like, you know, the more capitalist wing of the right now, like Elon or whatever, have been like, you know, being like, well, yeah, we do want some immigrants, like some legal immigrants, because they want like rich Indian guys, you know?
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Okay, right. So it's like H1B visas.
That's exactly what.
Like
yeah, that's what they're going on
skilled
about.
labor that they can underpay and hold more leverage over.
Yeah, their example is like, you know, they're like, we wouldn't want to be like turning down Einstein, which is funny because Einstein didn't come over via that type of immigration anyway. He was a refugee
war refugee
from the Holocaust. I mean, I know that the Holocaust wasn't active when he came over, but he was not in great circumstances when he was coming over.
Any German Jews well placed in society kind of knew what was coming and got out of the way before the worst of it rolled through. I mean
So the racists are mad that this exception is being made, and you know, since most people, like a lot of people, have left Twitter, so like they don't have anyone to dunk on anymore, so they're just dunking on each other. And so it's like, it's just insane watching like racists being like, we're going to deport your dad, Dasha.
Oh, God.
it's insane, man. It's fucking crazy. And Elon's now like, you know, trying to stand up to racism.
That's so good, man. What a bit.
It's so funny. I had, I found the gif of the American Psycho quote where he's like, hey, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. And I've been laughing at that, thinking that's like Elon right now, like unaware of who he's surrounded himself with now, just being like, hey, wait a second. Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks, everybody.
Right. And he's like all but tweeting about the Bilderberg group or whatever. Like the man has tweets where it's like, you know, there's, you know, we don't talk about the Jews enough.
I know, like, but now he's like backpedaling a ton because he's like, oh, wait a second. I think I surrounded myself with not fun racists, but like racists.
No, it's like, was it Gans? I think it was Gans. I think he has some of the best analysis of the tech guys right now.
Yeah,
and kind of their rightward turn or their illiberal turn. And like for them, it really does come down to office politics. Like they don't want to be censored by their own HR departments. They feel like it's been these are soft skills positions occupied by overqualified liberal arts grads that are like exerting their power through, you know, shaping the culture. So it's like right. So they want to eliminate these aspects of their HR departments so they can post the R word in work Slack chats. That's all they want is they just want to dick around with their friends and not get like lectured by these like you know it's really juvenile ultimately like what they want. They just want more control over their enterprises and they don't want to like have this pretense to goodness and now they're finding out, oh no, see, when you start entertaining that, real scary guys start showing up, like really scary unpleasant people start thinking you're friends and they have stricter standards. Like, I mean, they will like, right. These are people with pretensions to like going to war over this shit.
They are doctrinaire. It's so funny too, like that they don't seem to have realized who they've surrounded themselves with. Cause I think it was like Nick Fuentes had made some tweet. God, what was it? Where he had explicitly just been like, yeah, we want no more immigrants or whatever. And then they were sharing it with like, wow, he just comes out and says it. And it's like, I'm sorry, buddy. He's been coming out and saying it for a long fucking time. I don't know where you thought that it was any different, you know. I mean, anyway. So that's what happened over the Christmas season. And actually, that was kind of the funniest part of it, was some of this fighting was happening on Christmas. And it's like, you guys should like hang out with your families or something. I don't.
Right.
I was almost bitter about it because I was a bit of a baby about it this year, but this was the first year I've ever had to work on Christmas.
Oh man, yeah.
We talked a bit about that, right? And then running to the bathroom, looking at my phone and just seeing online racists, picking fights with people on Christmas. And I'm like, you don't have an excuse. You're not stuck at work.
Yeah.
You should be with your family. What are you doing?
Right. And then you realize this is the contingent that anytime there's anyone outside of their nuclear family in their house, they're just shut in their rooms. That's who these people are.
Right. It's just,
I mean, I know there's plenty of, innocent neurodivergent folks that, social anxiety is a real thing. So caveat, not trying to be ableist here, but I mean, there is kind of the just pure shitty white boy entitlement of why should I hang out with family? I want to play video games. And that is the whole of the law to them.
No, a lot of people keep catching strays in my ranting about Christmas stuff. And it's, I don't mean to go after because I was making fun of people who come to movie theaters at Christmas at my job. And then my cousin who came in and visited me while I was working was kind of well, some people don't have a family or something, you're right. I'm not doing that.
Right. It's
I'm just annoyed at the suburban mom that's really ordering 10 Bloody Marys and taking their kid to see Sonic 3. That's who I'm annoyed by. But
can't even be bothered to keep up the pretense. It's you have everything you want and you're miserable about it. That sort of thing, which is right. Trying to go on this class valence rather than people's actual material conditions.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, this is whether this is the cold open. Well, it's being recorded, but yeah, I mean, it's the theme.
We're cold opened.
But yeah, a bit of a preview of the next music exchange theme because it just seems to be the spirit of the time. Weird Christmas, a kind of lonelier and angrier Christmas. Mm-hmm. It's been a Christmas without rest. So I mean, you're bummed you had to work through Christmas. I'm bummed that I couldn't take time off for Christmas. So I mean, I don't want to sound too,
it's still
I mean, actually no, I still consider my job to be a slacker job, but it's I've been busy. I've had to work more so than I have in the past. And so it's just there's been no when I'm not working, it's you're either just collapsing in front of the TV or, it's either these periods of no energy. I wouldn't even call it restful. It's just complete burnout and then struggling to accomplish all of your festive tasks. And it's just been one thing to the other. And it's I was even trying to make this a restful weekend and I couldn't help but be well, all my obligations are out of the way. I want to have fun. And it's just been bouncing from one thing to the next. And I've just been feeling progressively worse and worse. And now I've got another weird week that's going to be nothing going on, but also playing catch up on life tasks that were neglected for the holiday. And
that's what this coming week is for me too, is once January hits, I'm not working as much. Things will chill out, but that means I need to do all the laundry I haven't been doing for several weeks, or there's a mountain of dishes. I did a bit of them yesterday, but there are still many. I mean,
that was trying to do that this morning. Right. It's just, so yeah, I don't know. It's now I'm just waiting for the next time I can take a little time off and just chill out and do nothing. And that's going to be a minute. But
I'm gonna disappear into some Stellaris in January, I think, or something. Just oh man.
Yeah, I need to hibernate.
Oh, one thing with Christmas, because I did yesterday. I did my family Christmas. Is the impact of the music exchange has happened here. Because I got
nice
Worry by Jeff Rosenstock and Wide Awake by Parquet Courts on vinyl. Worry courtesy of Caleb and Parquet Courts courtesy of my parents.
Amazing. So, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy about that. It was a pretty good Christmas, all things considered. Yeah. I think I had really low expectations about this Christmas because of everything. So, because of how busy I was, and then I had to work on Christmas. Caleb, my little brother got a job, and so he moved down to Missouri, working that job now. So he wasn't able to come up for Christmas. So it was just not a normal Christmas. So I had very low expectations about it. And so because of that, it was actually better, So, I got back from work and it's like, oh, it sucked. I worked on Christmas, but well, I worked with some the coworkers that were scheduled that day were coworkers I like. So we just kind of had a good time. My cousin came in and sat at the bar for a few hours and chatted with me. That was a good time. Come home. Kelly made a really good dinner and we did, presents. So it really wasn't that bad. Was being a bit of a baby about it the day of, but now I'm kind of like, it's been fine. It's been a fine week.
No, there's definitely been enough good people around to make it all a lot more pleasant than mm-hmm. So no, it's been good. It's just been like a very highs and lows Christmas. And I mean, I think a lot of it is just backgrounded by I think a deep sense of unspoken uncertainty that everybody's feeling going into 2025. Like right. We're in the interregnum before it's just going to be a torrent of insane bullshit for the next 4 years. Yeah, it's just like we're just chowing down on the appetizers right now.
Well, what better way to chow down on the appetizers?
Funnily enough,
let's talk about.
Our Christmas dinner was all appetizers. Funnily enough,
that's cool.
Yeah,
there you go.
Weird, just some synchronicities for your holiday season. Meaninless, banal coincidences that may or may not have profound resonances with what the fuck's going on.
So the subject for this music exchange I did was kind of like nostalgia. So it's like an album you associate with the age, being at the age that you would be really, really excited about Christmas, and so these are like trying to tap into young brain stuff. So Josh, what'd you bring us?
I brought Millennium by the Backstreet Boys.
And I'm so excited to talk about that. And I brought Remain in Light by Talking Heads, which, before I sound like I'm like the most pretentious 10-year-old, it's because my dad loves this record. So I heard it a lot because my dad listened to it a lot.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah. No, I wasn't like, really interested in, like what Born Under Punches has to say about Watergate when I was 10. I was just like, this is cool. I like the drums.
This was a preview for a Patreon only episode. So check out the show notes if you want to hear more.